Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. As I said last week guys, we are going to take a look at last week recap of the pairs that we analyzed on YouTube. So we are going to see how they formed, and we see how we could have tackled them. Okay, so we did analyze these four pairs: CAD Swiss franc, Kiwi CAD, Aussie dollar, and US oil. So let's start with CAD Swiss franc. With CAD Swiss franc, we had this three-touch pattern over here, which we were anticipating this push to the upside, yeah. But you can see the price did extend. After extension, we broke to the upside due to the news, and with that, we had a break of structure in these levels. We did break this high over here, so I knew potentially we should be pushing much higher. Okay, so upon seeing that break of structure, I went down to a lower time frame and looked for my entry. Okay, so my entry was in this level over here, so immediately the price pushed back to this level. I was tagged in, but as you can see, the price pushed up corrective and then broke the downside. So I did move my stops up to this low over here. This is the good thing about risk management, yeah. So once we broke this high over here, once we had a break of structure in this level, I didn't expect this price to pull back down again, okay, because it was supposed to push the upside. So what I did is I moved my stops below these lows over here, because I did not expect even to go below this low over here. But you can see it broke this low, okay, it broke this low. So once the price broke the downside, it took me out over here, okay, it took me out for some small profit. And then the price came back down up to that value area. I did enter this one. This entry I did not enter because you can see this 1 hour candle for me, it was too big from my entry. So if I was to enter, maybe if I could have entered maybe from here, you can see the stop loss would have been a bit big because of that candle. Or if I was to look at it on 15-minute time frame, you can see the candle is also big. So I could not enter this one over here. So what I did, I decided to play it safe and wait for a second confirmation. That is, if the price was to push from here, then I'll have to wait for a good impulse. We break structure over here, then maybe if we get a pullback, that's where I'll enter. Okay, so this one will have been a proper confirmation, but the price corrected again and pushed the downside. So once it pushed the downside and I saw these weak rejections, once we formed this hammer, this is where I got in again, because I had a very nice risk reward ratio. Once I did enter, the price pushed nice to the upside, okay, pushed nice to the upside, and then we broke this high over here. So upon breaking this high, we had to pull back, form a pullback, then we continue to the upside. So once we form this pullback and complete the upside, I moved my stops below this low. Just this is the same as just a break even trade, because it came back down and took me out. So that one was a break even, and after that you can see the price broke to the downside. So I had two areas to look at. First, I had this value area of mine, and second, we have a order block over here, the last red candle before the buys. Okay, this is the order block that I was to look at over here. So with this order block, this is the last area that I would like to see this price bouncing from. Yeah, so upon that, right now where the price is, you can see where the price is. We are currently at that low. Let me just zoom it out. We are currently at that low and the price has pushed up, but still I'm not yet convinced with this push, because it's not that aggressive to me, because I was to enter in these levels over here. But seeing this long wick, if this candle would not have been cleaned by this long wick, I could have looked for an entry in these levels, but I haven't looked for any entry on that. So for now, what I'll want to see is a break of this inner trend line over here. So if you manage to break this trend line, I'll wait for a potential pullback on an order block that will form, and then I take this price to the upside. Yeah, so this will be the next setup for next week. See if we get something over there. Next we looked at Kiwi CAD. Kiwi CAD, we had this pattern over here. Okay, we had this inner pattern of which we were to look for buys from these levels. But also I remember telling you guys that if the price extends, then we'll have this bigger pattern. Okay, we'll have this bigger pattern completed. And so the price did extend to the downside. You can see we didn't even have an entry. We didn't even have an entry in this level, because you can see the price pushed up corrective and then it broke to the downside. Okay, so we didn't have any entry in that area. Now once the price broke the downside, you can see the price started pushing to the upside. We didn't get a correction for us to enter the market. Okay, so the price pushed the upside and then we broke this lower high over here. So upon breaking this lower high, I went down to a lower time frame because I could not see any order block in these levels. You can say this is an order block. Okay, you can say this is an order block which it might react to, but if we go down to a lower time frame, we can see that this order block was already tested over here. You can see this was the order block. The price came back that order block and pushed to the upside. So this could have been a nice entry on lower time frame, because we had already broken a lower time frame structure over here. Yeah, so this could have been a nice entry, but on that higher time frame, this we can't count this as a key area because it's not even visible. The major one is on top over here. So with that in mind, I look for an order block down in these levels over here, of which if this price comes back to this order block, I'll be looking to take a buy once we get this confirmation over here on the next order block. Yeah, so I'll be looking for these buys from these levels over here. So be alert on this one also. This one is going to be a nice one. If it plays out, potentially it will be a swing trade. Yeah, this one will be a swing trade. So be on the look for this one. Next, we had Aussie dollar. With Aussie dollar, we also had this bigger pattern. We had this bigger pattern over here. 1, 2, 3 touch. The price did extend. After the price did extend, you can see upon this touch we didn't have a push to the upside followed by a correction. So we were still breaking the lows over here. You can see the lows were being broken, so it was indication that this price is not ready yet to push to the upside. Yeah, the lows have been broken massively. So, but right now, what we can see is that we have a major break of structure in these levels. This is a major key level which has been broken, and also we can say this one also was a break of structure in these levels. So upon break of structure in these levels, we broke this lower high. We wanted to see this pullback followed by a continuation. So what you do is go down to a lower time frame. We look for a potential order block for us to take this trade. So the first order block I could see is this one, the last red candle. I usually draw my zone to the body, not the wick, and with that you can see this price never tapped that area and then pushed to the upside. So what I like to see is this price coming back to that same level, of which we are almost there. So once we tap that level, I'll be looking for a nice 1 hour wick rejection over here for a reversal candlestick, and then I'll take the buys to the upside. Yeah, so this one looks nice. Potentially you might go there to these levels because we have a 4 hour order block over here. You can see this gap over here was so clean. Okay, you can see we had let me just show you guys. You can see we have a gap in this level over here. Okay, we have a gap of liquidity, of an imbalance over here. So we need to take out this liquidity, and then we tap this order block, and then we see if we can continue again to the downside. So potentially this will be the target that I'll be focusing on. Yeah, this will be the target all the way to these levels over there. So this one looks also good, and most dollar pairs are actually are looking very nice. You could have capitalized on this first push to the upside, but it's only that I was focused with indices this week. We could have taken these buys with this pullback over here. There is a way of entering this first pullback. I know some people know that already. So you could have taken this one. You can see the price broke again to the downside, corrected to the upside, meaning the price was again to go down to the downside. So again, if you are just focused with with this pair, you could have taken these buys and you could have taken this sell. After this pullback, you could have also taken this sell. Okay, according to how we usually trade, we could have taken both of them. Yeah, you can see this one formed a very nice correction over here. This one was a very nice correction. So on this one, if you were to enter this one, it could have been your first entry, of which, let's say, your profit could have been around up to that level, because you could not know that this price could come back down. And then the second entry probably could have been around these levels. I want to draw the exact area just for the guys who are learning about it. The high is below the high over there, stop loss over there, and we target this low over here. Okay, so these are the trades you could have taken, and you could have reaped massive profits. Most dollar pairs, they had these simple entries. Yeah, they had these simple entries. It's only that I don't usually look on lower time frame. I don't usually look to trade on lower time frame, of which I think I should start doing that, because with most people in my mentorship program trade on lower time frame. They are the day traders. So instead of waiting for like a 4-hour chart to play out, it can take a while, maybe a week or two. I'm thinking to integrate 1 hour 15 minutes so that we can catch this easy 100 pip move. Okay, because these ones are like 100. So it could have been a massive profit if I could have gone down to a lower time frame. So this one was a nice two setups over here which could have capitalized on. Okay, so that's it for this week, guys. We still have one. Let's talk on oil. We had this pattern over here. Oil had a nice pattern. I think we drew this one. Yeah, I remember we were at this pattern over here. We drew this pattern like this, and I said if this pattern extends, then you just adjust it to this level. Yeah, because our bias was towards the upside. So once we had this pattern, you can see the price pushed up over here, but we didn't have a break of structure. This was the previous higher low, which was to be broken for us to confirm the bias to the upside. Okay, so on higher time frame, this was the structure that was to be broken for us to confirm the bias to the upside. But with me having my 3-touch pattern, okay, my 3-touch pattern, I was already confident with this trade to push to the upside. Okay, I was already confident with this trade pushing to the upside, so I wanted to catch this trade way early before this big pullback comes. Okay, so what I did, I went down to a 15-minute. Okay, I went down to a 15-minute and I looked for an entry on these lows over here. Okay, so to me on 15-minute we had a break of structure at this level. Yeah, we had a break of structure, pushed up, and then we had another break of structure of this area. Yeah, so we broke structure over here, so the price has to pull back down inside this structure, then we continue to the upside. Okay, so upon seeing that, I did mark my order block in this level, and the price pushed to that area. Once I got this weak rejection candle in my order block, I did set my entry on the next candle. Okay, the next candle that opened, I took the trade from there, and my target was in this previous key level. Okay, my target was here. Because I knew this price, I got it from a lower time frame, so there is high chance that it can come back down to a higher time frame order block, which will have been a bigger correction, of which right now you can see it happening, this one. So potentially I'm targeting this level for me to re-enter again for buys over there. So the pattern looks nice, and it's just started to play out. Okay, this entry of mine wasn't necessary. If you're patient, this one you should not even taken. You could have not taken this trade because it was a risk trade. So what you need to do is always wait for break of structure over here. Once you have a break of structure, locate your order block in that levels. Okay, once you have an order block located, wait for the price to come back to that area. Okay, come back to that area, which usually comes gravitating like this, like a low momentum candles happening. Then we continue the push to the upside. Yeah, continue the push to the upside. This will be the next setup for next week. And you can see we had an order block in this level. So potentially I could just target this level, see how the market will react from there. Yeah, but the overall target for me is on top over here, because we had a massive candle massive drop from these levels over here, and is the 90% rule. You can see on 4 hour we have this order block, this green candle over here, so that will be my order block for me to take my profits. Yeah, so that's it for last week recap, and I hope you guys are learning something from them, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Cheers guys.